Sawubona Mzansi. Welcome to the MIH Live. We'll wait for a few people to get. We'll wait for Mzansi to join before we continue. So we give it a few seconds, give it a few minutes. So tonight, what we are going to do is do a wait. Before we continue, I want to show you one of our recent videos, not the entire video, just something quick that I want to show you guys. So I'll flip the camera here on TikTok also. Yes, so this is our YouTube channel. All right, I'll scroll up to the top. So you can see Mzansi Innovation Hub. We're not only on, or you can see now that we are streaming on YouTube, and we are posting some exclusive content over there also. How's it, Jay? Nice to see you here. So we're just having a look at the recent video that we're uploading. So this is the Mzansi Innovation Hub YouTube page, your YouTube channel. You can see over here what I want to show you in particular is our new interview. So this is the first time MIH was interviewed by someone. So this is a big moment for us. So please feel free to go to our YouTube channel. The exact same name, Mzansi Innovation Hub. And you can look under the video section or the upload section, whatever it's called. And then you'll see Empowering SA Startups. So that's the very first interview with MIH. Let me flip you back over TikTok. Let's see. Thanks, Jay, for sending the hot me. I'm not sure if that augmented reality thing popped up, but thank you so much for that. And I'll flip over here. So, a quick recap to yesterday's live. We looked at a comparison between the different LLMs on Ollama. So we are just deciding to see which LLM are we going to use in the Mzansi AI when we get the new server up and running on our side. So offline, I did some testing with I think it's the 12 billion parameter model. And that is the 8.1 gigabyte version of Gemma 3. So we tested that out on the new server, and things were running a little bit, well, not slow, but running at the same pace as Mzansi AI currently running. And the reason for getting the new server is to increase the speed of the Mzansi AI. So I didn't see the benefit of using the 8 gigabyte version of Gemma 3. So we reverted back to the 4 gigabyte version. So that's, I think it's 3.3 gigabytes, and that's the 4 billion parameter model. So that's the one we reverted back to. And then I was asking everyone what LLMs they prefer using. A lot of ChatGPTs, some cloud, all the different ones were popping up. So we had a look on Ollama, and we looked at what is new, what is fresh, and we saw that the Qwen 3 model, which is created by Alibaba in China, we had a look at their model, and they had a 12 billion parameter model that was only 5 gigs or so. So we tried that one out. Or we tried out the 4 billion parameter model also, just to give a valid comparison between the Gemma and Qwen 3. And what we saw was the Qwen 3 model is a reasoning model. So basically what that is that before it gives you an actual answer, it thinks. And at the moment, I don't think we want our LLM to think. I want it to be immediate feedback to you. So you type a message, it immediately starts typing an answer. It doesn't sit and think. I'm not sure if you've noticed if you're using Gemini or ChatGPT or DeepSeek. I think DeepSeek was the other one that they were speaking about. If we're using those kind of models, you'll see at the top of the screen after you've asked it a question, it has thinking over there for like 1 or 2 seconds. But because they're using supercomputers, that thinking only takes 1 or 2 seconds. But if we were using the new MIH server, it'll probably think forever before giving you the answer. So that's why we decided against the Quinn 3 model, and we are moving forward with the Gemma 3 model. Also, another thing that we have tested on our side, or that we were working on our side, is we were having a look at, sorry, I'm just trying to open something up over here. We were having a look at the new animation that we added or are testing out in MIH. It's not live yet, we're still testing it out, but we were looking at the timing of the animation. I'll just get the emulator up and running for us now. Then we can have a look at it again for those that didn't join our live yesterday. Give me 1 second. And yeah, so we're looking at that, getting everyone's idea, because we're building MIH. I'm not building MIH for myself to use, I'm building it for everyone over here to use, the people of Mzansi. And I want to get their thoughts on it. So the problem that we were facing, it was new users to MIH didn't know that, say for example, when you open up the Mzansi wallet, you are able to swipe over to a new page or a new tool in the Mzansi wallet itself, the favorites. And we added in a slight animation so that when a user first opens up a package, they can see that, or an animation will just slide a little bit and come back to normal, and the user will know that, okay, I'm able to slide or swipe over here. So that's something that we added, and we were getting some of the feedback from the people of Mzansi, just to see like what's their thoughts on it. So I will bring that up on the screen for us. Give me 1 second. It's just what is it doing? It's doing the things now. I will bring it up for you in a second. Terminal new. So okay. It's almost up and running. Let's give it a few more seconds. Yeah, so it should be up and running now. I will flip my screen for you, and we can get going on that. So we'll have a look at that and see what it's all about. Undo. Okay, perfect. Things look like they are working now. I'll flip the camera here for everyone on TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. And I'll flip the screen over here so the people on YouTube can see. Oh, not YouTube, TikTok, sorry. So I will flip the camera. And is everyone able to see this fine? I'll just bring it up slightly. Yeah. So what we are looking at in MIH is the slide animation after you open up a package. So say for example, we open up the calendar package, right? If we open it up, do you see that animation now? So that's what we were looking at, the timing and all of the things. And I think everyone in Mzansi were happy with it, but we'll just get the consensus one more time today. But I think everyone is happy with this. So I'll show you one more time or a couple more times, and then we'll move on from there. But you see, that's the animation. If we open up this one, there's an animation now. If we open up this one, slide animation over there. So I feel like this animation is getting a little bit better. It is looking a lot better. And just testing it out myself, every time I open up MIH and open up the Mzansi wallet, it does slide for me, and it does like bring it to my attention that, oh, I can slide over here. I think one day in the future we'll only have that for new users, then it'll be removed after you're a new user. But for now we'll keep it in for all the packages, just so that the people of Mzansi can get familiar with the application, exactly how it works and all of those kind of things. So that was what we worked on yesterday. You can leave a chat. Good evening. Good evening. You can leave a chat to let me know what you think about it, but we'll move on for now. So, what we are going to move on to today is, let me flip this in TikTok. Yeah. So, what we're going to look at today is we are going to learn more about UI and UX design. So I've mentioned this in the past. It is something that is a weakness of mine because I think because I've studied computer science, I only did about a semester, so that's half the year, of human computer interaction. So what's the best way that a person can interact with the computer? What's more intuitive? All of those kind of things. But that was a long time ago. So most of that is out of my brain now. So I would like to do a quick refresher just to see what that's all about and learn more about it, because that was just, I feel like that, or user experience wasn't really a thing back then. Maybe it was, but it wasn't so popular. But now it's like an extremely big thing. User experience, developer experience, all the different kinds of people's experiences. So that's a big thing. So what I want to do today is learn a bit about UI and UX. And we'll use Gemini to help us and just guide us through this. And we'll maybe make a list of things that we would like to add onto MIH or change inside MIH to make it better for us. So I'll flip my screen and I'll switch this for us. And so you should be able to see that. I'll just put it in so you can see the beginning of the text. So we're going to use Gemini today just to assist us or guide us through the user experience journey. So instead of us going on the internet and clicking on hundreds and thousands of links, we are just going to use Gemini. It'll go consolidate all that information for us and bring it into a easily digestible format. So we'll say, hello, I am a developer and I have no knowledge about UI/UX. Please, can you give me a brief description of them and the key differences. Yeah, so we'll see what we'll let it think. So you see, this is what I'm talking about. It says show thinking. So you see how it's waiting and then it went. So because theirs is running on like a supercomputer somewhere, I'm not sure if you've seen their AI chips that Google is making. I think it's called Willow or something. But they are using that to run these thinking models. That's why it goes so quickly. But let's hear what this model is saying. Listen. Let me know in the chat if you're able to hear Mzansi. It's still thinking. We'll give it some time.
Okay, let's break down UI and UX for you in simple terms, as you're coming from a development background. Think of building software or a website like building a house. UI, user interface. The user interface is essentially the face of your application or website. It's everything the user sees and interacts with directly. What it is, the layout, the visual design elements, the buttons, icons, typography, color schemes, images, and the overall look and feel. It's about the presentation and interactivity of the digital product. Focus, making the interface visually appealing, consistent, and easy to navigate. It's concerned with the aesthetics and the direct points of interaction. Analogy. In our house analogy, the UI is like the paint on the walls, the furniture, the light fixtures, the doorknobs, the things you see and touch to use the house. UX, user experience. User experience, on the other hand, is about the entire
So I'll just pause it before it moves on to user experience. So I think UI, I have this down. I understand what they're talking about. It's just the features or the stuff on the screen that people see, right? So that's what the user interface is. Everything that the user can touch, can see, can swipe, can view, can do all these different things. That's what user interface is, right? User experience, on the other hand, is a different story, and I think MIH is lacking on this side of the spectrum, not really on the UI, because I think I have an understanding of UI. So let's hear what the user experience is all about.
Feeling a user has when interacting with your product. It's not just about how it looks, but how it works and how it makes the user feel. What it is, the overall journey a user takes, the ease of completing tasks, the intuitiveness of the flow, the efficiency, and the satisfaction derived from using the product. It's about the user's perceptions and responses before, during, and after using the product. Focus. Understanding user needs, goals, and behaviors to create a product that is useful, usable, desirable, findable, accessible, and credible. It's concerned with the problem-solving aspect and the overall interaction flow. Analogy. Following our house analogy, the UX is like the feeling of moving through the house. Is the layout logical? Is it easy to find your way around? Do the doors open smoothly? Is the temperature comfortable? It's the overall feeling and functionality of living in the house. Key differences. Here's a breakdown of the...
Okay, so before it goes on, we move on to the key differences. Let's just recap about the user experience. So it's more about just my understanding of what they're saying is we need to understand who exactly our users are and what type of users they are. So our users are MIH users, the people of Mzansi, and so our users are the people of Mzansi, right? And these people come in different spectrums. So let's say there's a brand new user. So that's one persona. I think persona is the right word. So there's a brand new MIH user or MIH account. Then you have your more experienced people that have been with me since the beginning, learning about what MIH is all about and all of those kind of things. So they know exactly what the system is like. They've grown with it and everything. They don't really care about the user experience because they've grown up with it. So, and then we have the middle ones, the people that are familiar with it, not power users. They're just average users with it, right? So I think there's the three kind of or type of users inside MIH. And we need to ensure that all of the users, all three of them, are having a good experience inside MIH. So just thinking about that now is, I think I'll have to, just splitting them up like that, I'll have to see how what the user journey is like for the new users, right? The brand new users when they first open up the app. So right now it's just functionality. There's a button over there to set up. So you create your account. There's a button to set up. There's a button to set up your profile. Thereafter, you unlock all the tiles and you get going. So I think that's maybe a little bit scary for new users because now there's one tile. Then all of a sudden, after updating that, you have thousands of tiles. Thank you so much for your gifts, Razin. Appreciate it. So yeah, and then our power users, I don't really have to worry about them because I feel like they are the dedicated users, the one that watch every single update video. When an update is released, they update it. They're reading the what's new logs on the Play Store. So I'm not really worried about them because they will quickly understand what's going on. The middle users, maybe we'll have to understand. So this is, I'm thinking it's, if we have a look at the new users, or not new users, the average users, they most of the time they will be on the MIH home screen, right? And when they're on the MIH home screen, we must change the experience over there to make it a little bit better for them. But let's continue to see what the differences are between UX and UI. So,
key differences. Aspect. UI, user interface. UX, user experience. Focus. The look and feel, visual elements. The overall feeling and ease of use. Goal. To make the interface aesthetically pleasing and easy to interact with. To make the entire interaction logical, efficient, and enjoyable. Scope. Deals with the surface level presentation of the product. deals with the entire end-to-end user journey and interaction. Concerned with buttons, icons, layouts, typography, color schemes, visual hierarchy. User research, user flows, wireframing, usability testing, information architecture. When it happens, typically comes after or in parallel with some UX design, focusing on the visual details. Often starts earlier in the process, defining the structure and flow based on user needs. Output, visual mock-ups, prototypes with visual elements. User flows, wireframes, prototypes demonstrating interaction. Think of it this way. A beautiful door, good UI, is great, but if it's hard to open or leads to a dead end, the overall experience, UX, is poor. Conversely, a highly functional system, good UX, can be frustrating to use if the interface, UI, is cluttered or confusing. Both UI and UX are crucial for creating successful products. A great user experience is built upon a solid and intuitive user interface, but UX encompasses much more than just the visual design. As a developer, understanding these concepts will help you better collaborate with designers and build products that are not only functional but also enjoyable and effective for your users.
Interesting. So, I feel like, let me flip this for you on TikTok. So, I feel like the user experience, not really the UI, the user interface, is lacking on MIH. So, it's a user experience issue. And I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like the UI, but not really give concrete feedback on what exactly needs to change. And I know that's the hardest part. So identifying the issue is super easy, but finding the solution is the most difficult part of it. So maybe tonight what we can do is, let me go to this. So what we can do tonight is I'll just explain my thoughts around the UI or the UI design of MIH and how things work. And then after we can see if we can tweak anything on the UI or how we can change the user experience, right? So first things first, let me open up MIH on our emulator. I'll put it on the side, minimize, I'll put this on the side over here, and I'll flip the screen for the people on TikTok and for the people on Twitch and YouTube. Flip. Okay. So this is the home screen of MIH, right? What I've been speaking about currently, or you've heard me speaking about it a lot, is we have different packages inside MIH. So thinking of a package is a function inside the application that allows you to do something. Similar to if I open up my apps over here, these are all different packages in my Mac OS installation, right? I know we refer to them as apps, but when we're thinking of MIH, it's the exact same concept, but we're calling them packages, right? So each package follows the exact, so including the home package, the home page, is a MIH package, right? So you'll see when I say search MIH package, it's searching one of these tiles over here, right? So if we look at the Mzansi profile, the Mzansi profile is an MIH package, right? So I'll just bring this out a bit because we're going to be drawing right next to it. I'll bring this a little bit closer over here maybe. Yeah, I think this is fine. So what MIH is, damn it. What MIH is all about. Okay, no, I don't think I can have both at the time, but I'll keep flipping between them, don't stress. So what MIH is currently, can I not free draw this? Yeah, this box is the one I want. Oh my word. What is this tool? container. Yeah, I think this is perfect. Right, so if we think of, we going bare bone basic designs now, right? So if we think of this as MIH, let's see if we can fill it with a color. No, we can't fill it with a color. But anyway, this is the screen on your phone, right? Is everyone able to see it fine? I think on TikTok, Twitch, or not TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, everything is fine. But on TikTok, is everything looking okay on your side? So this is your screen, right? On your screen, we have the, let's call it the header. I think that's a common word to use, is header, is at the top over here. And then we have our body, which is here, right? So I'll change the color of this, maybe make it green, and I'll make this blue, right? So currently we have our header at the top, we have the body below that, right? And then in MIH we have specific functions or specific types of interactions that we have. So on the top left hand corner, let's make this pink. This is our action button, right? What is an action button? Action button. Style, color, let's make it black. Color, black, apply. Right, so we have an action button on the top left hand corner. The action button should be the main, or currently how we're using it is the main button to take you back to the previous screen or back to the home screen, right? Then we have another section on this side of the app, which is your list of tools. So we'll make this maybe this color. So tool list, right? Apply. We have our tool list on the top, right? So the tool list comes with multiple tools. I'll flip over to MIH and we can have a look at it. But then what we have inside the main body is at the moment I'm calling it tool body. Let's change it to this color. Let's add the text. Make it black. So tool body, right? Let's give this a heading 1, a huge font, right? So here's our tool body. So the action button would take us back in most of our cases, and then we have the list of tools, and then with each tool that we click on, it gives us a tool body. Also what we have is on the bottom corner, let's give it, I don't know, this color. And this is the menu button, right? So that's the current structure of what a package looks like, right? Let's highlight everything, move this down a bit, over here. MIH package. Let's increase the font size of this to heading. So this is the structure of an MIH package, right? I will bring over the emulator so we can have a look at it. I'll make it a little bit smaller for us also, so we can compare it nicely. Yeah, not so small. So we'll go to an easier tile to look at that's less distracting. And let's say this one over here, right? So if we have a look at the diagram on the side, we have the MIH package, the action button, which is our back button in this case. We have our list of tools, which is these tools over here, you see? Or we can swipe between them. And then we have the tool bodies. So this one over here is the calculator icon. This one over here is for the tip calculator, right? So you can slide between them. Is there any questions at the moment? Let me have a look at the chat to see if there's any other questions. Is there any questions at the moment about the package designs? Because this is the basic foundation. And then let me go to a package that has, let's go to the calendar, that has the button also, right? So you see here's our menu button. If we click on it, it has our menu options. And here we only have one tool, so you can't swipe between it. You can't click on anything else. You can only have the action button, which is here, all right? So this is the basic foundation. If you click on, even if you look at the home screen, right, we have our action button, which in this case, it doesn't take us back. It opens up the side drawer for us. And then we have our tools on the top, which is one for our personal home, the other one for our business home, right? And we have our tool bodies at the bottom. So I'm not sure what else to do. What else? So this is the package. Is there any questions around how the package works? Is everything simple? Does it make sense? Let's open up the patient profile. And you'll see there's multiple tools over there available for it, right? Every time we click on it, it'll swipe between them, right? Then we have our body and our menu button. So what I'm struggling with at the moment is how do I change this? So, but I think we've come to the conclusion that it's not a UI problem. So if this is the UI, I don't think it's a problem. Is it a user experience problem? Are there too many tiles opened up over here? So I see there's a nope in the chat. What was the nope about? Black mode, what is the nope about? Yeah, I don't know what I just did over here on TikTok. But, so this is the basic UI design, right? I don't know if there's an issue with this at the moment, right? I think the issue lies inside the body. So, can we outline this? I don't know if we can outline this, but the tool body. I think there's an issue with the content inside the tool body, right? People are saying it might be a little bit too cluttered, right? So we can try something. I haven't tried this before. We can try, maybe take a screenshot of this. Let me know in the chat, Mzansi, if you have any, I don't know, UI, AI tools that we can use. I'm just going to use Gemini for now. And so let's say this is currently my home screen, my personal home screen. Let's paste that in. This is currently my personal home screen. Can you review it and give suggestions on the UI/UX? Let's see what it says. We'll give it some time. So anyone in the chat, are you having issues with the user experience, the user interface of MIH? Please let me know in the comments, like tell me exactly what your issue is, and then it'll make it a little bit easier. We can ask Gemini for some assistance to see what's it like, or what feedback we can get from them. But it looks like, here, my heart, it looks like there's quite a few suggestions over here. But we'll go through them one by one. This is a learning experience, so we shouldn't take it too hard. If we disagree, we can disagree. It's okay. So we'll let it think for a bit.
Okay, let's take a look at your personal home screen from a UI UX perspective. It has a clean, minimalist aesthetic with a clear layout, which is a good starting point. Here's a brief review and some suggestions based on common UI UX principles. UI, user interface, review and suggestions. 1. Color scheme and contrast. Review. The dark background with lighter icons and text provides a calm feel. However, the contrast between the light blue, grey text and icons against the dark background might be a bit low for optimal readability, especially for users with visual impairments or in bright lighting conditions. Suggestion. Consider slightly increasing the contrast of the text labels and icons. This could involve making the lighter color brighter or the darker background slightly less dark. Ensure text is easily readable at a glance. 2.
Okay, before we move on with 2, do we agree with the first comment around the color scheme? So I do, let me bring up MIH, put it in the front of here. So I do agree to a point that maybe the colors could be a little bit harsh, right? Hey, I mean, I like it, but it could be a little bit hard on the eyes, making them a little bit brighter. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you agree with what Gemini was saying? So basically, the color scheme. Let's add some notes. Add some notes to this. Where can we do that? Where can we do that? I'll write it down. So UI notes /x notes. What's the time now? Okay, how past? UX notes. The first one, color scheme. Color scheme. Make the light blue brighter. Alright, do we all agree with making the light blue colors over here a little bit brighter? Do we agree with that? You can just say yes in the chat or no in the chat. That's fine. But while you're typing that, I will continue with the next one.
Iconography consistency. Review. You have a mix of icon styles. Some are contained within a detailed circular border, MZansi profile, MZansi AI, while others are simple icons within a rounded square shape. Suggestion. Aim for greater consistency in your icon style. Choose one style, e.g., all simple line icons within a consistent shape, or all more detailed illustrations, and apply it to all icons for a more polished and unified look.
So, I kind of agree with this because these are custom icons that was created by me. This is just the MIH logo. And this one over here, we needed something to represent the Mzansi AI. And we used the frame around the MIH logo along with the Olama icon for that. So do you guys think we should keep the border around the icons and maybe bring this border over to the rest of them? So maybe the one with the frame can be over here and then make the wallet logo slightly smaller. Will that give a better look and feel? I'll make a note of that one over there. You can say yes in the chat if you agree with that. So use MIH frame for all icons. Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the next one.
3. Icon clarity and recognition. Review. Some icons are standard and easily recognizable. Wallet, calendar, calculator. Others, like the ones for MZansi Profile and MZansi AI, the Llama, are unique and likely tied to your specific application's branding. The Patient Profile icon, calendar with plus or minus, is also not a universally recognized
What?
symbol.
Oh, this. So it's thinking it's a calendar. I can get behind that. So this one is kind of hard, right? So keep the big frame and big pictures stand out. Okay, I made a note of that. I'll keep it there for us. So there was a comment on TikTok to keep it with the big frames. So I like that. So the third feedback that I was giving was also around feedback, right? And the feedback that we got was so these ones are standard and recognizable, like the calculator, information, wallet, and calendar are easily recognizable. These two are brand specific, I guess. Mzansi AI, Mzansi Profile. We're using our logo for this and then a combination of Olama and our frame for that. For the patient profile, I've been struggling with this. You might have seen if you've been here from the beginning was I used multiple different icons for this one because each time I had a look at it, I wasn't really happy with what the icons were looking like. So I most recently chose this one because it looked like a name tag of some medical person. So I thought, okay, I'll use that as patient profile. Let me know, send me a message, send me a DM, put a message in the chat to let me know what kind of icon can we use to represent patient profile. I think this one will be the a tricky one, but we can look and we can also create custom icons, guys. So if you're looking over here, the Mzansi logo and the Mzansi AI logo, they are both custom icons created by us at MIH, right? So we have the ability to create our own icon pack, or we currently have our own icon pack. It's not available publicly, it's only inside the MIH app at the moment, but we do have it there and we can add to it, right? So we can create anything that we want. So please let your mind run wild and feel free to send us some suggestions. So that one over there, I'll wait for feedback from you guys. So feedback from Mzansi. Let's go with the fourth one. Layout and spacing.
Suggestion. While unique icons can help with branding, ensure that their meaning is immediately clear, especially in combination with the label. For less standard icons, users will need to learn what they represent. User testing can help determine if these icons are intuitive or cause confusion.
What's here? Sorry.
4. Layout and spacing. Review. The grid layout for the main functions is a standard and effective way to present options. The spacing between the icons seems adequate, preventing a cluttered feel. The prominent search bar is well placed for easy access.
So, wait, let's carry on this.
The layout is generally good. Ensure consistent padding around the edges and between elements as you build out the screens linked to these icons.
Okay, happiness. So we'll review that again, but black mode. So I did receive your email. Thank you so much for it. I did have a look at it briefly. I was a little bit busy today. I'm not sure if you would like us to open it up now live and get the people of Mzansi to see what it looks like. Just let me know in the chat if you'd like that. But I like the design. I like how it is looking and feeling. I was just trying to think of how to do that technically on the background, right? You can. Thank you so much. So I'll bring it up now. Let me move this over. And then I will open that up for you now. Download. Let's quit this. Okay, we should be up and running. So guys, this was a suggestion from Black Mode. You can see he's in the chat on TikTok right now. Please go follow him, go like him. He's really doing the things. So this was a suggestion. Let me flip this over. So this was one of the UI design suggestions submitted by him. So I'll leave it up over here and I'll flip the camera over on the full screen mode. So this is what it currently looks like, all right? So you have your personal home, you have the search. I like how the search is looking. And then I've also had, I'm not sure who I was speaking to, but I was speaking to someone recently before seeing this about splitting up the tiles into different categories, like how you have it here, which is a great suggestion. Thank you so much. So this is what it's looking like right now, right? So we have our hamburger menu. So let's open up MIH next to it, right? So the only thing that, let me put this a little bit back. So the only thing that I'm struggling to portray to you or to portray to the people of Mzansi is that all of the packages should follow a design like this, right? So it'll have your action button, your title. A title can go over here. Let's add that in. Supply that. Change this to tool title. Tool title. Why did it go back? Right, so we have our action button, tool title. This is I'm going to add in the future, the tool list and the tool body, right? So if we go back to the designs over here, so I see we have an action button, we have our tool body, and we have the tool button, right? Which is perfect. I like it. And at the bottom or below this, we have a bottom navigation bar. That's what it's called, a bottom navigation bar. So before we continue with this, guys, what do you think of this design submitted by one of the members of Mzansi? Are you guys liking it? Are you feeling it? Did he do a good job? I feel like he did a great job. I really appreciate it. And we have, so we have the tool body, which is all of this in between. We have a bottom navigation bar. So in the past, I did have a bottom navigation bar, but I felt like the bottom navigation bar was taking up too much space. And at the top of our screen, there wasn't much going on over there. It was wasted space here at the top of the screen, right? So that's why we moved the items, because each Mzansi package has their own tools. So if we think of it like each Mzansi package will have their own bottom navigation bar, right? Like this bottom navigation bar is specific to the Mzansi home package. But if we click on the Mzansi wallet, at the top we have our favorites. Or let's see, we have our favorites. Yo, why is it not clicking? I must fix that. We have our favorites on this side, and then we have our full card list on this side, right? So when, like, say for example, how do we implement this design, or do we remove the bottom navigation bar when we click on the Mzansi wallet, and it just sticks to something like this, right? I'm not sure, but I am liking this design, liking how the look and feel of it at the moment. I am liking the look and feel of it. Okay, let's move on with what Gemini was speaking about. But please feel free to email me, Black Mode. I'll set up a follow-up session with you just so that we can review the design and move forward from there. But let's go back to Gemini and see what else. I think we are number 5 now.
5. Header elements. Review. The header contains a profile picture, a generic user icon, a briefcase bag icon, and the title Personal Home. Suggestion. Consider the purpose of the generic user and briefcase icons in the header. If Mzansi Profile and Mzansi Wallet provide access to user details and related functions, these header icons might be redundant or could have a slightly different function, e.g., quick access to account settings or a general inbox. Clarify their role or streamline if they duplicate functionality presented elsewhere. 6.
Okay. So they were speaking about the header section. So if we go back to MIH, let's move this across. So they were speaking about this header section. So I do agree that, like I told you, I want to move the personal home to the top. So when someone swipes over or clicks on another, tool in this package, then the title of it will change over here. So maybe that will help it also, and then we can free up some space in the tool body itself. But I'm not sure how else to make this more clear. Does the words need to be like similar to what black mode said, or black mode shows over here by the bottom navigation? Should we put a some text underneath it? Is that required? Will that make it better for users to see like, oh, this is the business home? Maybe. I'll make a note of that one also. I'll make a note of that. So add text to tool icons. Icons of name. Happiness. Okay, happiness. So we'll move on to number...
Bottom icons. Review. There are two icons at the bottom, checkmark and I in a circle, with labels that are cut off in the image. Suggestion. Ensure all content, especially labels for interactive elements, is fully visible on the screen without being cut off. The checkmark could potentially indicate tasks or completed items, and the I likely signifies information or about. Make sure their intended purpose is clear and the full label is displayed.
Okay, so that was just telling us, I don't think the screenshot didn't show because you have to scroll down to reveal the rest of them, right? You have to scroll down to reveal them. So it was just telling us, please don't let things cut off on the screen. Then UI and UX. So how much time is left? So I think we'll get into UI, UX. Let me flip this. For you. And change this. So we do have like 7 minutes left. So I don't think there's enough time. Maybe tomorrow we'll jump into this exact same thread of Gemini and we'll jump back into the UX. All right. So I think it was some great discussions today. We are learning about UI and UX. I'll do few renders. How much do you can do after my test? Okay, thank you so much, Black Mode. Really appreciate it. So Black Mode is a aspiring UI and UX designer. Please go check him out. He's in the live right now on TikTok. You can go follow him and stuff. He's creating a new design with us. He's one of the people that reached out to us just to say or to ask where can they assist us. So please feel free to follow them, like them. If you want to collaborate with him, please feel free to reach out to him or reach out to me and then we can all collaborate together. So tomorrow we'll go over UI UX, just a recap of what we went through today. So we're just learning about what's the difference basically, what's UI, what's UX. So it's user interface and user experience. What are they on their own? And then what's the differences between them? And then what we also did was fed in just the home screen of MIH into Gemini and just asked for some feedback to review the UI and UX. So we went over the UI elements and made a few notes. So some of that notes were the color scheme. So there was one of two options: make the lighter color a little bit more bright and make the darker color a little bit more bright. I think that's what they said. But I'm gonna go for make the light blue color a little bit more lighter. And then we have the MIH frame. So what I'm going to try and do is change the tiles that open up the packages for you. I'll rework on the icons, try and keep them standard. Maybe use that frame, that circular frame around all the different icons and maybe change up some of the icons, like the patient profile. I'll have a look at what I can do. I have some ideas sitting in my mind right now, but we'll have to work on that. And then, so this one over here, feedback from Mzansi. So that one was regarding the icon clarity, I think, standard. I think it was around, is things feeling cluttered? So let me know if you think things are feeling cluttered. I have heard that quite a few times from the different people. So let me know if you think things are looking a little bit cluttered. But and then the last thing that we want to try out and see if it'll work out is putting, so on the top right hand corner we have the different tools available to us. Try and put like a little bit of text underneath them, just to say like personal business or favorites, this and that. So maybe that will help the users. It'll help users when they, or it'll help users know that this is a button similar to your bottom navigation bar, that this is a button that is clickable and it will take them somewhere different. And tomorrow we will jump into the user experience from Gemini. So it looks like there's 5 points from them just discussing information architecture, the usability of icon labels, the efficiency of access, error prevention. Okay, so this is just about the person's experience around the application itself. So I think it was hard for Gemini to judge user experience because I just gave it a screenshot. Maybe we need to give it a video. I don't know if videos are acceptable on AIs these days, but we can try that tomorrow. I'll create a little video demonstrating MIH, and then we can give it to Gemini and see what it has to tell us about our UX. So great learning experience tonight. We learned a lot. And hopefully once we get the new server up and running, then we can focus more time and more of our efforts on the user experience. But thank you so much for joining the live tonight. We really appreciate it here at MIH. And let's keep working hard, Mzansi.